My name is Mariah, and Jesus healed me on Easter Sunday. So on Good Friday night, I was out on MAP's front lawn playing volleyball with a couple of my friends, and we were about 10 minutes in, and I went to go get a ball, and I just landed really weird. And I went down, and I immediately felt tearing in my stomach from the left side to the right side of my stomach, and I felt like gushing just internally. I was in so much pain. It's the most pain I've ever been in my life. And a couple of the people that were there with me helped me get to the ER. And I went in, and they immediately found out that I was internally bleeding, and they were considering me as a surgical candidate. But they needed to run some tests to make sure what was really going on. And so they did a CAT scan, and they did some blood work, and they did an ultrasound, and they figured out that from my left oblique all the way to my right oblique was completely torn. And if it would have been any deeper, I would have needed surgery. And so we were in the ER for about 7 to 8 hours, and the whole time I couldn't lay down, and I could barely stand up. I was bending over for 7 hours and just on constant pain medicine. And they said that the recovery would be a natural process of 3 to 6 months. So I couldn't do anything to help myself. I was just gonna have to kind of sit around, which was super unfortunate. And the thing that I kept thinking about was, I'm supposed to get baptized on Sunday, and there's no way. I can't even sleep, I can't lay down, I can't stand up, I'm not gonna be able to get baptized. And so crutches were the only thing that gave me any relief just from the bent over position. And so I crutched in the church on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, and I ended up going to the front when Randy had called people to go up to the front. And before that, when I was coming into church, there was multiple people who came up to me and said, I believe that when you go in the water, you're gonna come out healed, physically healed, mentally, even more than that, mentally, spiritually. Kelly was someone who spoke that into me, and I thought, honestly, everybody was crazy. I didn't believe that. And I think it pulled out a part of me that realized that I didn't have as much faith as I thought I did in the fact that Jesus can heal. So I decided to get baptized anyways, and I went into the baptismal pool, and the second I stepped in there, I felt the Holy Spirit so heavy. And then Cheatham and Randy went to baptize me, and when I went down, I felt the same exact tear that I felt Friday night, and it was painful, and I immediately got nervous and thought I just hurt myself worse. And then I came out of the water, and I did this flexing movement with my body in celebration of being baptized, and I felt nothing. There was no pain, and I walked out of the pool in complete shock and was like, I'm fine. I have no pain at all. And so then I came back out through the doors after being baptized, and shock was all over my face. And I was looking at everybody, and I was bending over, and I was jumping, and I was twisting, and I felt completely fine, and everything was great. And in that moment, I realized that the prayers and the belief and faith of other people in this community allowed me to believe a little bit for myself, and that ended in Jesus healing my whole body, and I'm completely fine. So Jesus heals.